Yes.
Here we go.
Here. Honestly, some of the best intro music ever. Cheers, Alley. Yo, we are epic.
We are up and running.
We are epigmatic. Love that. Hell yeah. It's a good vibe right here. Cheers. It's the spot to be on a Sunday.
Welcome.
Hello. Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, yes. Cheers. Allie, what's going on? You know, it's pretty awesome.
It's like I can't stop it. It's so awesome.
It's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great song. Means nothing but everything. You know,
it's got everything in it.
It really does.
It's got cryptids. It's got ghosts. It's got guinea pig.
Yeah, I mean, it for an outsider, this would be very confusing.
Right. It would be.
For an outsider, like, what is going on? All right.
Welcome,
we are in it.
Everybody.
We are live.
The F-Files.
Hello, Allie, legend. Hello.
Hope you're the well. One and only.
Yes. So the reason we do this.
So since Allie's here, that means everybody's here.
Yes.
That's it.
Hadvi, hello. Good morning to you, or good afternoon.
Definitely
it's
afternoon.
Like almost 7. It's almost 7 there.
It's still our afternoon, and it's their evening.
It's
it's
our afternoon, man. Dude, I'll tell you what. I went to a farmer's market today with my son, and that was fun. I mean, there's like a bunch of hippies peddling soap.
Quick question: is your son is he pretty tame when he goes out to like the farmers markets, or is he like one of those kids that like runs by the table and like fucking slash everything over and like stare at you?
He's pretty docile. He's pretty docile still because he's still recovering from an ear infection. So he's really not. But it's they're calling for rain like for the rest of the week. So I was like, it's nice outside. Really? It's almost 70 degrees. So I was like, we have to get out. I don't care what it is. So we drove from our house to Olney. That's probably the better one, is the only one, because they usually have live music, but they didn't this time. Yeah. So it was cool. I mean, you can drop a lot of effing money at a farmer's market, unfortunately.
Because it's expensive. It's expensive.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous. Everyone's like, well, it's a farmer's market, so let's just add $10. For sale. I don't know, Gary. We passed that phase of our country, so we know that stopped a long time ago. But yes, you cannot buy farmers at a farmer's market.
No, they don't do that anymore.
There was a war about that.
Yeah. If we tried that, there might be a little. Some people might disagree.
100%. Oh man! But did you guys check out the newest
the intro
episode
song? What did you guys think? What did everyone think about the intro song? That's what I want to know.
Yes, it is lengthy, but how can you put?
Hey, it's a song.
It's a song. It's almost a 2-minute song, but it's a. I was like, you have to, because even we were talking about yesterday. I was like, if we could shorten it, and then play it off at the end, kind of like outro, but at the same time, it's no one's awake at the end. I'm not, because I go to bed listening to this. So yes,
well, I mean,
pretty much, Ali. I mean, the yes, Hadvi, very 90s also goes. Yeah, that's the whole. It even says it in the song. It's a 90s metal anthem.
Which it is. I mean, if anybody knows about like the old Transformers G.I. Joe movies, it's pretty like, I'm like, man, that's pretty
much, man. It was fun making it. I feel like instantly we had 10 options, and then this one was the better one. There's some crazy, crazy stuff out there that it spit out. I was like, not really. But then once 90s metal, that's it. That's it. 90s metal opening.
It's like you got to have a mullet and like big hair.
Yeah, you have to have the big hair. And just an over the top personality. That's kind of what it is.
What more could you ask for than guinea pigs?
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, it has everything. It really does. It really does. What I do is I tend to listen to the songs that the AI generates, right? A couple times before I'm like, this is catchy, or I was just super tired when I made this. I don't know. Yes. Yeah, Kirsty, don't worry. It's after 4 a.m. I pretty much get that. I get that you were exhausted. But I mean, that was pretty juicy podcast, I would say. Very, very interesting.
It is an F House anthem. Thank you.
Whoa. It's awesome.
I love it.
And a reaction from the Catholic? Not yet. They don't know. They don't know that it exists, Gary. I feel like if they do, we wouldn't be long on this planet. Yeah. Watched this morning.
Yeah, but just in case, again, if the Vatican does pay us a visit, I did not want to go.
I have plans tomorrow and the rest of days. So, just letting you know, I feel very healthy.
Right.
Nobody expects the Spanish church coming. Like that Monty Python. It had to be this. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Yeah, we have to. We have to do a part 2.
Yeah, there's other little tidbits that we wanted to get to.
There's so many like little things. Oh yes. No, I got you. I saw that, Allie. Yeah. And it's just very interesting. And remember, we have to talk about the organization, not the religion. The organization itself. That's when you're one of the oldest organizations out there. You're going to have some skeletons in the closet. And that could be said about any establishment. It
was tiny. How tiny was it? What is this? A city for ants?
Little city for ants. No. So it's pretty interesting though. There's a boatload more. I mean, you just go to Google and type in conspiracy theories, and it's just the content abounds. There's no shortcoming of conspiracies out there.
Right.
The White House conspiracy? Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Actually, there's what they say? I think it's at the White House or the Pentagon. But there's a cat ghost.
I think that's the Pentagon, right?
Is it the Pentagon?
Yeah. It's a place that actually like matters. Like there's a cat ghost.
But there's there's still like a bunch of stuff at the White House too.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, yeah, there's like president ghosts and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what they say.
Kennedy's sneaking in like female ghosts.
Yeah, you're like, wait, isn't your ghost supposed to be in Texas? Like, what are you doing in the White House? What is the White House? It depends. There's probably just as much as the Vatican on the White House.
Yeah, I mean, every Pentagon's probably got some conspiracies. White House, all that stuff, man.
Yeah. No,
any place you can think of.
It's pretty interesting, man, to think about that kind of stuff. It's just when you have organizations that don't like release, I guess, information to the public, you're gonna have the talk of conspiracies abound. Like that's just part of the territory. If you're in charge of the information and the dissemination of information, yeah, there's always going to be questions. Charlie? Oh no. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I heard about the king fighting some cancer, which is kind of unfortunate because at the end of the day, he is a human who just lost his mom. So no, there's a ton. Yeah, there's a ton. Let me see. I wrote down. Remember from our last live, I still have written down Buck Riders of the 18th century and beyond. It's not the title. Caboteurs.
Was Buzz Lightyear there?
Yeah, no, not yet. And beyond. No. Dennis Nelson, Kersey, I think. Was that you who commented that? And then MH17, maybe. We might get to that. So there's a lot of stuff that we got to get to. I mean, conspiracies are everywhere.
There's so many conspiracies.
Question everything.
Answer nothing.
Yeah. Our podcast only is about sparking questions, never solving them, never solving. Like, what is it? Going kind of against the theme song. We're not really diving down deep and answering questions. We're more like creating new questions.
We're digging new holes.
Yeah. But always with guinea pigs on the mind. I really don't know how it just that animal became the the mascot of the channel some fucking way. I don't get it.
So do any other podcasts have mascots? I'm just wondering.
I have no idea. Probably not. They're probably like they actually probably have their shit together. They don't need mascots. But not us here. We have mascots. Yeah, we're doing a podcast. We have our personalities, but no, we have a football team. Yeah, we have guinea pigs. Oh man. So any other thing that we should probably look into? Oh, you know what? I'll write that down. Kirsty, White House conspiracies. Yeah, right. Gary Hecklefish. We need our own. That's true. He does have a mascot, doesn't he?
True.
He does. You have to consider Hecklefish a mascot.
Yeah.
White House conspiracies.
Would it be too much of a coincidence if we had a guinea pig that talks to us?
Yeah, that would be too much. That would be like, oh, we're kind of in suable territory right there.
It's like Heckle Pig.
Heckle Pig. But he would have to have like a Spanish accent, not like some New Jersey accent.
Right, yeah.
I meant to write White House conspiracy. I put White Horse. Hold on. White.
Hey, that's what what's his name wrote in Armageddon. What's the White Horse?
What's the White Horse?
White House.
Conspiracy theory. CT. There you go. All right. There you go. I mean, we still have to finish up we still have to do our round 2 of the cryptids of the UK and beyond.
Yeah.
You know, I have to find that original list. Huh. We didn't even get a quarter of the way through.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Tons of cryptids out there. No, but and over here, I don't know. Are you going to be doing any conspiracy theories on other countries? Possibly, if you guys are there for it. You know, it's like if you guys are there for it, we'll put it down.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously more conspiracies than just UK and United States.
Yeah. There's other countries, I believe, as well. I've heard of them. They are out there and they do exist. But yeah, no, we're not confined to just UK and US conspiracy theories. So I mean, we did the what is it? The flight, the Malaysian flight that never landed. It's still out there.
Malaysian.
Yeah, the Malaysian Airlines that is still forever flying in our hearts and our minds.
Right. It never landed.
Yes. Ali, there's tons in every country. That's what makes these kind of discussions so interesting, is that, you know, you have to question a lot. I feel like in this new generation, it's okay to question everything. You know, back in the day, like post World War II, you know, that the information wasn't really disseminated as evenly, and you were just had to believe what was coming out of the news anchors' mouths. You know, but then again, I would say news places were a little more reputable right after World War II, if they were ever reputable. You know what I mean?
I think at one point they were. They wanted to get the right stuff out. What did Denzel say? He, you know, that now news media is just wants to get the story out there. You don't have to be right. It doesn't have to be true. Just put it out there first.
Yeah.
So you get people to look and click on it and whatever else.
Yeah.
It's not about being right.
No, it's,
true.
It's about being it's about being first, not right or true. Yeah. Did they find a piece of the MH117 in Madagascar? Madagascar? No, Madagascar. Possibly. I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe. Yeah, well, we have a conspiracy theory that Wilhelm III
was it the father? Oh, syphilis.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
That's kind of huge. That's kind of huge.
Did we just step into it? Yeah.
Yes,
holy hell.
Yes. You know, I feel like if we can touch on the Vatican's conspiracies, then kind of that's all of it. Yeah. Like we're right now, there's no deeper hole to step into than that.
We didn't touch the Vatican, we just talked about them.
No, we talked about it. That's why the royal members always that's interesting. That's interesting that they always refuse DNA tests. That's suspicious. Right? That's a coincidence. Slightly. Yeah. That's or that means they've had a bunch of illegitimate kids everywhere, and they don't want that information out there. You know, that could be another reason too. True. I mean, not just the claim True. On not their claim on the royal house, but maybe they have more.
I agree.
more illegitimate spawn out there that they don't want to know. Maybe they're not sure. Maybe they're not sure. Hedwig. It depends how long. So how long have they been? Has that family been in the royal house? How long has that family been in power? Because then, pretty much that's like, you're not going to do that. At that point, it would unravel everything. It's the Belgian royal house. See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't even know. Royal family, stay away from the French tunnels. Just saying, okay, sure, gotcha. Don't know what that means, Gary.
Yeah. Could you enlighten us a little bit more?
Yeah, or can we not say it? Or is it one of those Fight Club moments?
Yeah.
Before you were a republic. So Napoleon. So that would unravel a ton of history right there. Honestly. That's probably what I would say. Because if truth came out that the royal family is illegitimate, that would be chaos. I would assume there'd be chaos, but then again, you know what? I've been very disappointed with humans as a whole.
When they leave kind of the door open for anybody to take power?
I don't know. That's how they got rid of Diana. Got it. Okay. Gotcha. I was saying, I've been very disappointed by humankind in general, because after like the mass outing from the US government and other governments saying that like the UFOs and aliens are not aliens, UFOs are a thing. They exist. Unidentified flying objects are a thing. No one gave a shit. Like everyone's already over it. But like go back 30, 40 years ago, bringing that to light, it would shut nations down. That would be cause for panic. But I love how during lockdown they're like, look at aliens, and then no one gave a shit. Which
nobody cared.
You know. So nobody cared. I say that to say this. Doesn't matter if the royal family is legitimate or not. That's the question. Are they one of the royal families that actually have power? Do they participate in the parliament? See, I don't even know enough. I don't even know enough because I know like the queen.
You mean like the day-to-day stuff?
Yeah, like running the country. Or is it kind of like England with the queen? She had all this power but never implemented it. She didn't do that. You know, and so she just let the country run kind of itself. She had things to say about some stuff, but the monarch cannot say anything without permission of the government. Okay, So would it, Hadvig, would it grind the halt of everyday life to a stop, or would that just be some juicy Netflix special? You know, like that's because that would be interesting to see how much effect that would have. Because back in the day, that would cause massive hysteria, but now I feel like we're just so desensitized to crazy shit. And nothing's really crazy. No, we wouldn't give a shit, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. No one gives a shit.
It's not as big. I guess it's not as big as it used to be. You know?
Yeah, pretty much, Gary. That's kind of what it is. Just stand and stare at the UFO. I hate that. I hate that in movies. That's one of the worst things. I see people just staring up at the UFOs, and they're like, "What do we do?" No, man, get away. They're not there for good. You know, I don't know. The UK royal family can get rid of the government or keep holding elections till they get. Yeah, no. So that's okay, Kirsty. That's kind of what it is. They do participate somewhat more. In the government, in the local government. I say that really, even after the 3 years over on Embrace Sec 21, I still am slowly getting it, and I'm far from got it. You know what I mean? So, but yes.
So they just keep running elections till
they're like, nope, try again.
Like somebody.
Nope, try again. Oh man, and yes, it never gets scary until they land in cornfields. I don't know, man. What is it about corn? You know, I was watching something. Was it it was a couple nights ago. One of the nights where I couldn't sleep, which has honestly been every night this week. Like the Nazca lines. You heard about them?
The Nazca lines?
Yeah. Those Nazca line things, and like, or is it Peru or Chile? I forgot. Anyway, there's these massive lines in like the upper plateaus in one of these South American countries. Yes, in South America, that are huge. They have like pictographs that can only be seen from the sky.
Oh, yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They're like miles long, bro.
Yeah, they're like dragons. They're like snakes. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, the monkey. The monkey with too many fingers.
Isn't that Peru?
I feel like it's Peru. It could be Chile though. It could be one of those two.
Could be one of those, yeah.
So with what's interesting is that like they tested, I think it was some sort of magnetism or how a current would run in the soil, right? And on the line, it's super, I think it's like super conductive on the line itself. But outside of the line, it's not. It's just wild. It's weird as shit, you know. And all these windstorms that they have keep kicking up new pictographs. I forgot. But yeah, but the lines go all directions. Yeah, it looks like, what do they say? It looks like a abandoned airport terminal in the ground. Yeah, it's just nuts. Some of the lines go for miles. It's crazy. Like if you're flying over it, it looks like some farmer was like drunk and just drove in lines for days and days and days. But they just go round in circles.
It is amazing how when you see stuff like that, like, does it, like, who did it?
Well, you know, I mean, think about the coordination. What the coordination you would have. I can barely get like just it would take too much. But then again, that's all they had to do back then, right? Is to communicate. They really didn't have a lot going for them. So they were probably really good at communication.
They had just a bunch of time.
And Gary, yes, they go round and round in circles. Oh, wait, that's NASCAR lines.
Oh, NASCAR. No.
NASCAR lines, not NASCAR.
That's in Virginia.
Virginia?
Yeah, NASCAR.
Oh, and where?
Don't they have
where in Virginia?
Don't they have a track down there? What the fuck is it at?
I thought that was Dover.
They got them all over the place, man.
I have no idea. Spencer knows. I have no idea. I do not follow the NASCAR at all. It would be very easy to follow the NASCAR. They only make left-hand turns. So that is my zinger. What else? What else, guys, in the comment section? What else is there to like? There's so many places we could go with this thing, man. Yeah. Like stories are literally every time I open my browser, there's some wackadoo story at the top that is interesting. But remember, the people that tend to write these articles are crazy as much as their stories too. Their articles are insanely written. They're not like well written. It's you guys probably saw that in the last episode when we talked about the Vatican, when Amler was just like trying to read the third prophecy of what was her face, or
Fatima.
What was it? Yeah, not
city
their face. It was a city, not a person. You know what it was? It's because I worked with someone called Fatima or Fatima.
Fatima. You know? Maybe it is Fatima. Maybe Fatima is the wrong word.
I don't know. But I work with someone with that name. So that's why I was like, it's a her. I was like, okay. But yeah, like the article you were reading that took you out of the fight for like 5 minutes. You're just trying to figure out what it was saying. Like, what was the third? You never got to the third prophecy. So, but Hadvig, I sleep at night, so I never get lost in a conspiracy. Yeah, Hadvig, you don't have to brag here. You don't have to brag here. I'm happy that you get to sleep at night. That is not the case with all of us here on this side of things. Lately, I've been just done, man. I'm done. But yeah, no. For the last 3 days, we've gotten some material. I told Albert that he has to release the music video as its own thing on the channel. You have to release that as a video itself, as a standalone, just to have it on the channel. So we're trying to, huh?
Didn't we? You mean the new one? Because I think I posted the other one.
Yeah, with the lyrics.
Yeah.
No, I would put it up. Listen, we're only 52 strong here, you know. And yeah, Ali, we talked about NASCAR lines. Not NASCAR lines. That's Gary's. Not NASCAR lines. NASCAR lines. But there's tons of stuff, man. Like, we still have to, and that's just conspiracy theories that we were talking about. My God, there's so many other crazy phenomena happening across the world. What's another one? There was one. Did they officially find Amelia Earhart's plane?
I thought they did.
I thought that was like, and that's like
case
recently,
closed, dude. Yeah, it wasn't like it was a few years ago, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, you, Allison. Listen, Allie, you had to have seen that. That's a very old movie.
I don't know if it's on Netflix.
I don't know. It's a very, very old movie. 1986?
7-6, yeah.
Kirsty, I don't know if this is his. Yes, the name of the Rose. That one with Christian Slater, Sean Connery, or is it? He was knighted, right? So that's Sir Sean Connery, and
Sir Sean Connery. Give him his proper dues.
And Ron Perlman. And yeah, Kirsty, I don't know. I don't think this is his wheelhouse, to be honest. You know, that's only on Prime. That one, but I think it's only on Prime. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is, but it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's an interesting movie, to say the least. We were forced to watch that in school. We were talking about was it about the Spanish Inquisition? I don't think it was around. It was around the Spanish Inquisition, the Dark Ages, and my history teacher made us watch it. It was pretty interesting. It was all right. But then again, that was the same history teacher that had me watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which is a phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie.
It fits in. It's still historical facts.
It's no Fiddler on the Roof.
No,
it's no blood in, blood out, which is interchangeable.
That is a phenomenal movie. Like hands down, really is.
Yeah.
It's a long movie, but it's such a good movie. If anyone gets to watch it. It has nothing to do with like conspiracy theories, ghosts.
No, it's just a good movie.
It's just a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Blood in, blood out.
It's like the La Bamba story.
Right.
With Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yep.
Richie Valens. What?
Who plays an Indian? Just he plays an Indian in Young Guns,
which is interesting to say the least. Like Richie Valens is a Native American. When?
What?
That's a big step from La Bamba.
Right.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Ambler, I think at some point next week I have to drive up to you to give you your care package from Allie. That has to happen. Wow. Hadvig, you saw Schindler's List? Dang. That's a great movie. That's a heavy movie. That is not a walk out cheery and breezy at the end of that movie.
No one's playing a fiddle.
No. Goodness gracious. But what was I gonna say? Shit, that threw me off. Doesn't take a lot to throw me off, especially not this week, man. But yeah, what I say before we tackle more stories of the Vatican, more conspiracy theories, we should probably check out some other ones, some other videos, and circle back to the conspiracies of the Vatican. You know,
how do you guys feel about like serial killers?
Oh yeah, that's a good. I mean, not personally, but like listening to about them. Like they're all right, I guess. They fit in society.
They're not so bad.
They're not so bad. They're just misunderstood. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you guys just get to know them.
Yeah, are you guys you hate serial killers? Yeah, 100%, Hedvig. 100%. That is the appropriate response. But what about learning about them?
Right.
What about listening?
I hate serial killers. Well, okay.
Yeah, because
we're not like pros and cons of serial killers.
yeah, pros and cons. No. The Kirsty, the Dennis Nelson, we have to get to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he seemed quiet, kept to himself. Yeah. I'll tell you. Right. That's right. That's always what the neighbor says.
Yeah, he was such a real guy. Always cut his grass. He was.
Yeah, that's great. Man, I was. What were we doing? Whose cousin was? I also knew someone whose cousin was a serial killer. Jesus.
I think we all might know a cousin whose friend's a serial killer or something.
Yeah. Oh man. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So my wife and I, we were trying to find one of these parks when we used to live out in Columbia, Maryland, and we got sidetracked when we were down a road where the signs led us to, and it was a dead end, and there was this guy like cleaning his car outside, and in his garage was like a wall of backpacks, which is super weird. I think that's super weird. It was like right at the dead end. We looked over, and it's not like this nice pristine house. It's like a disheveled house. Shit's falling off the house, and I'm like, oh my god. That's I was like, we got to turn around and get out of here, man, because those backpacks belong to someone, and definitely not the same owner.
Or used
to. Oh man, but I think and that is I think a 2 or 3 backpack per household limit. You know, if you have a good small family, you know what I mean. If you have like 5, 6, 7 kids, and obviously, but I'm just saying there is a limit to a healthy backpack normal life balance. You know, you don't, and especially you don't display all the backpacks on a wall. That's
right.
That's what I think. And there were no trails around his house. There were no public trails. So it was odd, it's peculiar. So I'm going to put that as at least seeing a uncaught serial killer in my book. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, yeah, what is that? What is that? There's like 100 some people roaming around the United States, serial killers just running around on a daily.
I believe that though. I believe that. Yeah, he had the lumpiest lawn on the street. He's a bunch of mounds.
Right, yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. A hot Asian kill. Oh, that's crazy. Oh man. Yeah, no, I feel like especially the Appalachian Trail and or Alaska. That's where they reside. That's where they reside.
The Appalachian Trail.
Ooh. German cannibal stories.
Look at that.
There's a story. That's recent, isn't it? Didn't the IT crowd poke fun at that situation? And we learned about that on the Big Fat Quiz over on Embrace 21. So it's interesting that there's this is recent. I think that's recent. Someone, I think, what was it? They met up online and so they agreed that the person could cut off and cook and eat a part of them or something like that. Mind tell.
Oh yes. Man, I know you're talking about.
Ramstein made a song about it. That's crazy. That's crazy. And yes, Allie, never whistle in the woods if you're alone.
No.
Oh, got it. Hedwig. There you go. My part. Or alternatively, my dick. Yeah. Mine tail. Tile. Yes, it was the id crowd. Okay. Or the IT crowd, the id crowd. It's interchangeable, I hear. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit that goes out there in this world. Yes, Roy and Moss went to his flat. That one. But there's still a lot of more like paranormal stuff we have to dive down. UFO stuff that we had dive down. There's the serial killer route we got to dive down. What else? I mean, there's tons of shit, guys. We're not stopping. There's so much stuff to discover. You know, I mean, you spearhead the what is it called? The serial killer route. That's your cup of tea.
Okay, so sorry, I was looking this up. I was trying to find an answer. Quick answer is, according to the Scientific American, there are between 25 and 50 serial killers who are active in the United States at any given time. Serial killers only account for about 150 murders in the U.S. per year. So that's kind of interesting. So they're not as prominent as they used to be.
Huh.
But still,
well, I mean, but then again,
50 guys
remember, they're not.
It's
not.
It's
not. But it's not. It's like It's a slow thing with them, isn't it? They kill one person every year consistently.
So what they say a lot of times is, a lot of times they'll pick a target and they'll study the target. They do research. They do a lot of, surveillance, and they watch them. Okay, this one looks good. They know the routine almost, and then they go in and they do their thing. And then of course, sometimes they're kind of elaborate, tying them up, making them do shit. They take their time with them, eat them.
It's like more of a psychological thing with them, right?
Almost. And then some of them get like turned on by it,
Yeah. Well, they're broken. Completely broken.
Oh, yeah.
But that's different than the mass murderers. What is okay? Serial killer is more than 3, or
more than 3.
3 across the span of a certain time, or different instances.
They have to kill more than 3 people. 3 people or more. A serial killer is.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I mean, because they don't kill. I mean, they don't. A lot of times, or sometimes they don't. It's not like they kill like once a week or once a month. Sometimes they won't kill somebody for like a couple years, and they'll do it again. It all depends on them, because sometimes they say, "Oh, I have the urge to do this, and I was okay, and got married, got kids.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting the urge again for whatever reason."
Yeah. And yeah, Gary, that's just statistics, man. Statistics. Look at the demographics of the US, bro.
Right.
And then you look at the statistics of gang shootings. Come on, man. It's like new shit. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah, and
just
then
numbers.
Mass shooting
Yeah.
is somebody just going in and just taking a bunch of people out at once.
Yeah. Got it. Like the Vegas concert, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just a mass shooting. Because he's not considered a serial killer because he's not doing it consistently.
It's not premeditated. Or
Right.
is it? Can a mass I don't have no idea.
It is mass shooting. I
Premeditated.
would assume is premeditated because he's thinking about like, I'm gonna go do this.
Got it.
I'm gonna go do it right now. A lot of times they leave like the little, little trail of what brought him up to this.
You know what we should do, man? We should do Mao. What's his name? Mao Zedong, right? We should do his because there's not a lot of information on him, bro. He's like one of the exactly. He's one of like the highest mass murderers that really doesn't get talked about enough. He's like he's up there with Hitler and Stalin and them.
What's his name?
Mao. M-A, I don't know. Am I messing that up, guys? Did I put my foot in my mouth? Yeah. I feel like that's him. I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, terrorists are definitely a mess because they're trying to take out a big group of people at once.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's Mount. Yeah, there it is. Hedwig. There you go. Yeah. See, like that's the kind of stuff that would I think that would obviously do well for the channel as well. Because remember, it's not just drumming up these things, not just it'd be interesting to have a little bit of a crash course in a history lesson because he's not really talked about too much at all. And I think he's deleted a lot of people. In like mass deletion. That's what he did. Hold on.
He's a poet. What are you talking about?
He's a poet. Jesus. Let me see.
Oh wow.
He's 40 to 80 million. 40 to 80 million is what he's credited with.
I was gonna say he looks familiar. No wonder, because he's from China.
Jesus Christ.
Leader.
But yeah.
He's like on their flags and stuff. Yeah, I've seen him. I didn't know his name.
Yeah. Yeah. So no one knows a lot about him, but he was pretty prolific in the deletion of humans on this planet, which is terrible. So, but yeah, Hedwig, that's the famine is attributed to him doing that kind of shit.
Don't worry,
it's crazy.
I actually didn't know his name either.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. I was thinking it was somebody else. I didn't know it was him.
No.
He has that weird haircut.
Yeah, I think he started it. He started that trend. So, but yeah.
So he's an evil man.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, this is true. But here's my thoughts on it. I think it would be interesting to cover that because I don't know a lot about that. I think that's an important thing to
that fucker, the bird killer, yeah.
The bird killer.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, and we they touched on that. Like when I say they briefly hit that on the last episode of The Fat Electrician? I forgot.
Yeah.
But
don't worry, girl. We're not gonna touch Putin.
Yeah. Mao is held in high. Well, I mean, because that regime isn't really, it's still under that kind of ridiculous rule over there. Whether they want to admit it or not, it's still under that rule.
You're very true about that. He's very held in high regards in China to this day.
Yeah. Well, because the party that's involved in the government is aligned with the OG. It's not a true republic. You know, it's not like a democratic society. It's still run by that one dude, isn't it? It's still a dictatorship, isn't it? It has to be.
It's still dictatorship.
Yeah.
It's still dictatorship.
So, any conspiracy theories on North Korea? Hey, I feel like anything that comes out of North Korea could be held as a conspiracy theory.
I think
because no one knows enough about it.
Theory, right?
How about you can see? How about you can see the success of North Koreans from space at nighttime?
Yeah,
where South Korea's all lit up, all right?
Up, and except this one block
is, and then North Korea is just like dark. It's like, how did that go? Yeah, Genghis Khan in Mongolia, even though they killed more than yeah. There's some crazy, like, I feel like in our history in our school we touch more on Genghis Khan, Mongolian Empire. We spend a lot of time on the Mongols instead of they kind of wrap Stalin a little bit, like they touch on Mao, and they touch on Hitler during World War II. They don't really, I don't think they really dive too much into Mussolini.
Not so much.
I couldn't.
They sprinkle it in a little bit to just let you know he was part of World War II and all other stuff, but they don't really say too much.
No.
So like Mussolini's like an opening act, Hitler's like the main thing, and that's what everyone remembers.
Yeah, that's kind of how, at least how it's taught here.
Yeah.
My cars are loud. That's kind of crazy. What is that? They have in Turkmenistan, they have an empty city where only white cars are allowed. Excuse me? That's interesting. Why?
What?
Huh?
Do you know why or that is?
Huh? That's interesting.
I do know. What is that in North Korea, where they have buildings, like they say they have like these really fancy buildings that are like all built state of the art, have everything in them, but nobody works in them. They're just empty, totally empty.
They're just there for like Google space. Like they're just there to brag.
No, they're there to like if like people come and visit, or like I mean, people go there because it's weird to visit, and you have to be super careful what you do and say while you're there. That that like people go there to visit, reporters, or for an interview, for whatever. They always kind of like walk them through, and you're never allowed to just walk around town like you would in any other country. But
you have to be like
you're escorted wherever you go. Mm-hmm.
That's
and those buildings are empty. They have what is it? They have like stores filled with stuff, but you're not allowed to go in there. But they just have it set up so it looks like, oh yeah, people can go in there and shop and buy whatever they want. That's not true.
Yeah, Leopold's massacre in the Congo is I don't even know what you're talking about, Hadvig. I have no idea what you're talking about. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. And you know what? A lot of times they don't even touch on the genocide that we've had in this country.
Yeah,
they don't. No. They glance over that real quick. They're like, oh no, oh yeah, they have reservations. Anyway, what about this country? It's like, oh, bro, what'd you just say there? Smallpox.
It's
wiped out everyone.
Well, you know what? Horrific is what we're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, it. Not only is it something that we will at least try to learn on this channel. It's with every story we bring up, everything. It's very interesting. It's not something that we would normally talk about. So diving down one of these rabbit holes would be great, because that way we can at least be aware of it. And at least for the Mao one, spreading awareness, because I know that we didn't talk about that at all in history class. I didn't know Mao had those type of numbers behind him, because that's solid. And no one talks about that. Like Forerunner, like more than Adolf. So they gave up their lands or different casinos. It was and alcohol problems, all that stuff. Or the skull and the skull and bone churches in Europe. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there, man. Like, here's a question for those of you that have been out there to Italy, if you guys have been. What is that? What are all those bones underneath the city called? What are those called? All like the mass catacombs.
I think you can I think you can I think you can take a tour of that too. Now.
Yeah, the catacombs. I think that's what it's called. Like what why did they do that during the Black Plague? Did they put the bodies under the ground like that, or they had to build on top of the bones because the city is basically on Paris. Sorry, my bad. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just saw it in an Indiana Jones movie. And I'm like, okay, I heard about it.
Well, I saw it from that movie. What was that? What is it like? Shit. Oh man, it's supposed to be like a scary movie where they get down there, like what lies beneath, or what's on something like that. What lies beneath, so above, or something like that.
It's not yeah. No, and for me, I think you do more scary movies than I do. I hate scary movies. I hate that shit. I hate them because where I lived, I'm not watching those scary movies. When I grew up, I was not watching those scary movies and living in the middle of a cornfield. I'm sorry, not doing that. Then where the bones are going into the bone pit. That's crazy. So when the grave rent isn't paid anymore, the bones are just going into the bone pit. Oh, the catacombs are basically giant bone pits. So they're just lottie-dottie everybody down there.
So you pay to get into a grave, and once you can't pay no more, they throw you down there.
Oh, okay. That's
what it is.
So like, it's like they what's it called? What's it called?
Kicked out.
What's it called when you get kicked out of your house? What's it called?
Evicted.
Yeah, you get evicted from your grave.
Gosh, even when you're dead, you can't.
Oh my goodness. Kick out. Grave rent is paid for 10 years at a time. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. You would think that they would start burning them, like cremating the bones.
Yeah, I mean, at that point.
Huh. That's interesting.
What? Someone made a bed and breakfast? No way.
That makes sense. There's some twisted people out there, dude. Just twisted ass people out there. I don't know. I think everyone over there is just more desensitized. We're getting there fast. We're catching up very fast. But
so y'all don't have old graves. So are we like the only ones that like keep graves for thousands of years or whatever?
No, thousands of years. Our country's not that old, bro.
But I mean, like, where are we gonna go after? That's what I'm saying. Like, after a while, where are you gonna go? Where are they gonna put your body? Are they gonna do the same thing? They're gonna start digging you up and then throwing you into a big pile of bones?
I would hope so. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters at all. They meant to be and they is all what? Kirsty? What was that? And they is all due meant to be a rave club, and that would be that's kind of what I'm
that's the beginning about. Of a scary movie.
Blade. That's the beginning of Blade.
Yeah,
or like Triple X or something like that.
They're like all down there taking shots and yeah.
See, Hadvey, that's what I'm saying. We as a country, we have not been around that long.
100.
Are
you serious? She finds bones. She literally finds bones in her backyard. Oh man.
Well, think about that. Crazy. From 1100. From the 1100s. Could you imagine how big that original plot of land was? Right, where they're just like, put them in the back. Where? One of them, not knowing that someday it's going to turn into suburbia,
into like townhouses.
yeah. I don't know. That's why it's just crazy how, we've discovered like the UK. It's such a small island compared to the nation, right? And it's like it's packed. So for us, we have a very large expanse of space, and we're still currently finding shit out. You guys, didn't you guys find one of your old kings in like the parking lot? Like no, for real. Like they found, I feel like they dug up a king in a parking lot. He was like under concrete, and it was some, I forgot. Come on, some king in England. Yes, some king was in a parking lot.
Yeah, it would be a great place to hide a body. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you just say, "Oh, he's a bunch of bones." Whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. And you have to call the archaeologist every time you dig a hole. That would be so annoying. That'd be so annoying. Oh God! Like, hey, listen, I just wanted to plant roses. We want to plant some roses in the flower bed, and there's a skull. Like, great. But or it could be like over here. Anytime you find like Native American bones, the whole thing shuts down. Like you basically just lost whatever that was on.
Can you imagine if you found found some Native American bones like in your backyard, like right next to your house?
Yeah, you lose your house.
Yeah, it's now not yours.
It's not yours anymore. Yeah, and they were looking. There's like a theory. Exactly, Hedvig. Exactly. They would have to do DNA tests. But until I have no idea. But there is this theory that General Custer, like his men had like some gold and armaments before the Battle of Little Bighorn, and they've just disappeared. It was an insane amount of wealth that the Indians had taken from the bodies of the fallen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they hit them. It was a big cache of weapons and stuff like that. Historic pieces, like a ton of weapons, and they've hit them. And so these guys were on this reservation because that's where it is. It's on an Indian reservation, and they're tracking this stash down, and they found clues and they found all this stuff leading up to the moment where they found a cave. When they put that little effing camera in the cave, they saw human remains, which is old, and they're like, those have to be bones of Native Americans. So this site is sacred. It's holy. We can't touch it. So that's it. That killed the investigation right there.
Oh,
I'm like,
man,
bro, just push by them.
They were getting ready to be rich.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, could you imagine a massive historical find and then like, wait a minute, this guy died here, so done. I would be so annoyed. But I mean, I get it, but it's just very. That was a very infuriating part of that little series. Did they ever find the treasure in Oak Island? That's another thing that I've always been interested in. Like, you heard about that, right? The Oak Island mystery, treasure trove, that those two brothers are basically digging up a whole effing island out of the ground. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to dive into that too.
Yeah, there's just like treasure that apparently was buried a long time ago by like the Knights Templar or some crazy shit like that.
Well, they say that there's like big treasure in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, they say that there's the myth that there's like Egyptian treasure.
Yeah,
in the
Grand Canyon somewhere.
In the Grand Canyon, like what?
And they said that some of the caves people go looking into have now been closed off, where no one's allowed to get in there.
Yeah, so that's nuts. I mean, but could you imagine? Fucking Grand Canyon is just so expansive. Of course, there's shit in there. If you want to hide something, go to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
like you're not finding it. I don't care who you are. And Kirsty, they haven't found that yet. That's so annoying, dude. These brothers have sank dude, I would say multi millions in finding this treasure. And it's kind of interesting because there's this pit, right? The further down they go, the more water and traps they hit, and it keeps filling up with water. And it's because there's this, I forgot. It's been a while since I fell down that rabbit hole. There's like this entrance of water into the sea, into the ocean, right? That they can't find out where it's picking water up from to put it into the hole. So the further down they go, it keeps filling with water. So it's crazy. It was built like that, but when? Like no one knows when it was.
That's kind of
like
ingenious, right?
Yeah, it keeps filling up. And Nazi gold train. It has to be in Argentina or in a lake. I think they said it was like in a. I think they assume that a lot of Nazi gold made it to the bottom of some lake out there.
But Argentina is full of Nazis and generations of Germans out there, even to this day. They said they have like schools that have I think they said they even have like swastikas on them, but it has like German writing, and there's like you see Argentinians, they look like they're from the area,
Germany.
and then there's some that look like they're from Germany, and then there's other ones that look like they're from Argentina, from the country, and you're like, why does he have blue eyes?
And then that one dude, I forgot what his name was, Mangala was out in Germany.
Mangala.
Yeah. He did like a bunch of insanely terrible human genetics testing on twins, and it just so happens that there's this effing town in Argentina that has the highest number of twins. It's like,
if anybody wants to know a lot about like Operation Paperclip, where the Germans, some of them went to the United States, some of them went to Russia, and talking about them going to Argentina and everything like that. It's the Operation Paperclip is a book. It's actually really, really good.
Which one did the U.S. go for? It wasn't Mangala, right? He died of old. Well, he wasn't assassinated. It was the other dude they went for.
Von was it Von? What was his name?
Hadvik, is that the one that got eaten by crocodiles? Is that the one that like, dude, they went to there was this one story that came out of the war where like these Japanese fighters were getting pushed back, and they got pushed back through some swamps, and a lot of them ended up getting eaten by crocodiles. Oh, there is a torture unit. Oh no, I haven't heard about that. But there is one that
Unit 731. Yeah, I heard about that. They would do a bunch of torture to people for experiments.
Sense. Yeah.
Let me try. Is it von Braun?
No, von Braun was space. He sent our rockets to space. There's one guy that hid out in Argentina for a long time. I forgot his name.
He's the one that von Braun was the one that worked for NASA.
Yeah.
That's the one that He's a big he was a big dog.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. I might just do I just put in Argentinian Nazis in the search and send that and fling that out on Google? Hold on. But no, I definitely want to know more about Mao Zedong, because that kill count is nuts. 40 to 80 million victims. That's absolutely crazy. So I definitely want to do an episode about that. I want to learn about that, to be honest, because I know nothing about that. Hold on. Argentinian.
Yeah. Officer what? Adolf Eichmann, Dr. Joseph Mangala. Oh yeah, Mangala went to Argentina.
Eichmann. Was it Eichmann? Was it Eichmann? Maybe Gary. It could have been Eichmann that the U.S. got.
No, he went to Argentina. Von Braun is the one. Von Braun is the one.
Israel. Israel abducted Eichmann. That's the one. They had both. They had Mengele. I think they had Mengele and Eichmann in their sights, and they had to pick one, I think, and they chose Eichmann. So, yeah. Or what about that story of like the Israeli the Nazi hunters, man? Like they go out and they just straight up round them up and delete them.
They went after him and got him.
Yeah, man. No joke. Isn't that like the birth? Was that the birthplace of the Mossad? Those networks?
I think it was more or less, or it pushed it to like, superstar status.
Oh, you got that Bigfoot filter on, bro.
Oh man, what happened?
Eichmann was working in Mercedes-Benz factory. Oh yeah, that's it. He was like some high up dude in like the Benz factory. And they got him. Yeah, that guy. Okay, cool. See, I mean, and a lot of people don't even know that the Nazis went to Argentina. A lot of people don't know the Nazis were in. A lot of people don't know that the Nazis went to freaking Antarctica. Then they did that. Oh man,
right.
But what I hear that's interesting. That was on my MSN browser the other day. Is apparently like the see what happens, guys. When I see all these crazy things, like you have to take it with a grain of salt because the articles are just some kid threw them together, right? But the articles are very interesting, at least very attention grabbing, obviously. But the thing was saying, the article was saying like each pyramid, each of these great pyramids across the world, or each what is it called, the Washington Monument things, what are those called? I forgot. What is the Washington Monument? What is that? It's called something.
I want to say obelisk, but it's not. Is it an obelisk?
Either each one of the big obelisks in the ancient world and or pyramids in the ancient world had something equivalent to like an Ark of the Covenant buried underneath it that powered stuff. And I'm like, that's a crazy theory. So apparently there are like 7, right? I don't know why it's 7, but there's 7 of them. And I'm like, what? Okay, let's chill out, man. You would have think we would have found 1. I don't know if it's about 7. I don't think there's 7 Ark of the Covenants. I think there's only 1 Ark of the Covenant, right?
There's one Ark of the Covenant. I think there could be other
power sources like out there
equivalent to that.
Yeah,
Right. So the Mossad was hunting for the Nazis. That's what it was.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then there's also those third party ragtag group of Mossad agents that just do that for fun on their days off.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. No. So guys, there's still a lot of stuff coming down the line for the channel. And I feel like we've been boring you for an hour. So
yeah.
So I think we should. Do you want to hear the song one more time? Of course, you guys do.
Well, that's going to be the outro to everything we do now.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So we're gonna like head on out of here too. But yeah, that's just some of the topics, some of the things that we, that we're interested in. Want to make sure that everyone, we can't please everybody, but we're gonna try to do our best.
Yeah, a lot like every like the rabbit holes are never ending. So we're going to be at this for a very long time.
Yeah. Because there's always something, serial killers, Nazi hunters, mass murderers, ghosts. Got to get the ghosts in there, UFOs and all that.
Have to. There's a few rabbit holes out there. There's a few conspiracy theories and a few alien sightings out there that we could cover, But yeah, we're never going to be done, guys. So get used to our voices, unfortunately. So, yeah, man, it's been fun. It's been
interesting.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for hanging out with us for a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah. You guys rock.
Love hearing your comments and everything.
Oh yeah. And make sure you comment under this video after the live is done. That way we don't forget about what's been said, because unlike the other platforms, this doesn't put the chat on the screen. So make sure you leave your comments in the comment section under the video, please, so that way we can reference them and go from there. You know,
please,
because I didn't write all of these down. Yeah. And yes, always save the guinea pigs, guys.
Don't forget them.
The most important part of this whole thing is we appreciate you.
Out of all that, we want to save at least one.
Yeah, at least one.
Remember, each subscriber saves a guinea pig
somewhere, not in our control.
Somewhere,
but somewhere. We would like to believe.
Definitely not New Guinea.
No, definitely not New Guinea. Yeah, no, not New Guinea. Oh man. All right. Let's do it.
All right, guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Go. In a world of shadows and hidden truths, we search for answers, we chase the clues.
It's like, honestly, it's like the best outro and intro.
Yeah. Because it's the podcast of Enigma.
Podcast of Enigma. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. This is the right way to end it.
Yeah, I like it.
I feel like I need a stack of papers. You know, like the Daily Show, all them.
Yeah, like straightening up.
Just like this.
Just kind of like writing stuff.
Yeah.
Like you look at the camera, like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's gonna be it. Hey, when we go in, that's what we'll start doing. We'll just be like this. I look like I'm typing something.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Gary, you gotta do a version, man. Go ahead, record it.
Yeah.
We'll put it up there, man. Send it. All right.
Yes. Thanks for joining us.
Later, everybody.